showing up in great numbers, showing your involvement, your anger, which I can understand. We are well aware that the situation in Ethiopia is dangerous. There are constant human rights violations. There are illegal imprisonments. And there is discrimination. No doubt about it. And I'm here today to listen to you. We have received your letter. We have had meetings not long ago with opposition people from Ethiopia, and we have great sympathy with your cause. We understand your anger, and we understand your impatience. So my message here today is that I'm a member of the parliament from the Liberal Party, and we stand with you and behind you with your cause, and we will do what is in our power to work with the government and with the parliament to find a way to have the best possible involvement in Ethiopia on the part of Norway to secure a better future where human rights and opposition is respected. And I hope that we, moving forward, can have a close dialogue, that you can bring us your perspectives, both your own experiences and the experiences that you bring from your friends and relatives back home in Ethiopia. I think that is necessary, not because we necessarily disagree, but because it's very important that we keep Ethiopia high on the political agenda in Norway. Because there is always competition on the political agenda, and we should never forget the situation in Ethiopia. So that is my message from me here today to you. I hope you keep up your involvement. I hope you keep demonstrating, even when the weather isn't as nice as today. And I hope that you will keep bringing us your letters, your involvement, and we will do our best to stand behind you, stand with you for a better future of Ethiopia. Thank you very much. Excellent.
Talk in English or Norwegian? English. Amharic. That's perfect. I've written it in Amharic. Okay, I've written it in Norwegian, but I'll do a rough translation into English. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. Sometimes people will debate what kind of regime the Ethiopian government is. The answer is, to me, simple. A regime which is based on use of violence is illegitimate. A regime which does not represent its people, but rather persecutes oppositionals by use of force is a dictatorship. What we know, fortunately, is that dictatorships, they fall. No dictatorships throughout history has remained forever. Most dictatorships these days last a fairly short lifespan. They can manage to cling to power for a few years or maybe a few decades, but eventually they are brought down by the people. This will also be the reality for the Ethiopian dictatorship. The Ethiopian regime does have the possibility to choose a better path. If they stay on the brutal path they are now on, it is only a question of time before the people will rise. The regime does not know when or how the uprising will come, but within a dictatorship, an uprising will come sooner or later. The regime's extreme efforts to hold on to power stretches even here to Norway. It is well known that persons associated with the Ethiopian regime for many years have committed espionage directed at oppositionals in Norway. Demonstrations are filmed, oppositionals are threatened, and we now even know that they use electronic surveillance. This is unbelievable, but in fact it is true, and as you know, it has been documented now by Human Rights Watch. The Ethiopian dictatorship has used advanced electronic surveillance trying to harm people fighting for democracy on Norwegian soil. This makes me angry. The fact that the Ethiopian dictatorship is using surveillance on Norwegian soil, creating fear and unsafety for people fighting for democracy, is scandalous and unacceptable. Unfortunately, also a democracy like the Norwegian democracy is not perfect. For While the Ethiopian regime is surveillancing Ethiopian oppositionals here in Norway, many Ethiopian refugees are still struggling to get the protection they are in need of and are entitled to. For several years now, Norway has been flirting with the Ethiopian dictatorship, and at the same time we have been treating the people fleeing from the Ethiopian dictatorship very hard. People fighting for democracy deserve respect and recognition. Keeping people fighting for democracy in a situation where they fear for their lives year after year, as many Ethiopians do in Norway, is indecent and irresponsible. Still, I have to say that we are glad that Utlendingsnemnda has become a bit more nuanced and granted protection to a few more of the people fighting this important fight. But still, we remain very concerned for what would happen to the Ethiopians fighting for democracy if they are deported to Ethiopia. The idea of deporting oppositionals to Ethiopia is scary, and I believe that regular